Namaste everybody. My name is Ashish. I'm a yoga teacher and lifestyle wellness coach. Today we're gonna talk about the anatomy part which actually needed for any kind of yoga practitioner, for yoga teacher, even though those who are involved in any kind of fitness activities. So how anatomy works? If I say I want to get flexibility in my triceps, how does it work? So for example, I will just show you how it works. I'll take my elbow up and try to press it in a normal way. You can see I'm getting stretch here. As you can see, I'm getting stretch here, but I'm compressing my joints, which is my elbow joints. So you can try in the normal way first and you can see the difference. The second method which I'm going to tell you now, which is I'll contract my opposite muscles. So if I'm going to work my flexibility from my triceps, I'll contract my biceps. So this is how I'm going to contract my biceps. I have contracted nicely and make it 90 degree and try to press to get the flexibility in your triceps. Now I'll press it. Contract biceps tightly, and I can feel it. So here this is the right way to do that, where you prevent any kind of your joints injury and you will get proper stretch, proper flexibility in your triceps. This is the right way to do that. So what I'm trying to say is, whenever you're working to flex, to get flexibility in your muscles, try make it contract to opposite muscle, so that you will not only you will secure or that particular joints, but also you will prevent any kind of injury. So that will be work. So let's try it from other side. I'll contract my biceps here and make it 90 degree, and now I'll press it. Contract my biceps and press it. Contract. See the difference? Even you can also try the same. I would request you to try the one on the normal one, and the second contract your biceps and try to press it. So you will see the difference. We'll cover each and every joint, so that I will teach you today's session. Today's video is completely about how we'll lubricate all the joints, so that we can prevent any kind of injury before you start any kind of yoga asana or posture or any kind of exercise. How the lubrication, how the joints work, how we have to mobile our joints, so that we can prevent any injury and we can perform very better, because it's each and every joint has a stability and mobility. So if we start from your ankle, the toes, ankle, your knees, all different kind of, which comes stability, mobility till your neck, all the joints. So we're gonna cover all these things today. I'll teach you how to get proper stability through your feet, through your hips, the pelvis muscle joint, and the shoulder muscles, each and every part. So let's start with the feet. So what I'm trying to do, as you can see, the feet, we always say stand on your feet. When I say stand on your feet, which means you have to distribute your weight equally each and every part. So this is point number 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3, and you have to distribute your entire weight on these 3 points. Now we are going to work all these joints as well as different kind of muscles. So what I want now you to do that, take your entire toes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now this time take your only the big toes, up, down, up, down. You'll find a little difficult, but if you practice it, you can do it. Only big toes, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up and down. This time all the small toes, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This time take it, squeeze all the toes and straight, squeeze, straight, squeeze, straight, straight. This is how you're going to activate entire muscles which is connecting in your calf muscles, so that calf muscles will get activated. So whenever you come any kind of standing posture, especially on the when you stand on your feet like a Virabhadra asana, Trikona asana, Pashikona asana, this actually gonna be work. So what we are trying to do here, we are working on your stability to get stable on your feet. So whenever you perform any asana, you will not have any problem. So this is the first, the second one. Now this time what I want, take your all the toes out, in, out, in, out. Do not move your big toes, other toes. Out, in, out, in, out, in. This time take your only big toes. Press it. You will find little difficult. This is what we are practicing here. Only big toes. So let me start once again. Press your other toes tightly on the mat, then you can move it. And I want you to perform every day so that you will activate those muscles which we needed. This time take your all in, out, in, out, in, out. So in, out. Press your big toe goes out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Now this time up, little more further, up, up and down also is possible. Now we are working on the knee joints, how knee joints works. So this I'm gonna teach you so that we can work together before we perform, before we go to any kind of asana. So let me get little down here. Now you can able to see my knee. So when I go stretch, when I'll just hold my knee tightly, with the inhalation I'll take it straight. When I take it straight, I'll try to contract my top of the quadricep muscles. These muscles I will contract it so that you will get more flexibility or more stretching in your hamstring muscles. So let's do it. With inhalation, I'm tightening my top of quadricep muscle. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Tight your quadricep muscles. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Little more straight. Let's do it. So what I'm doing here, I'm tightening the quadricep muscle, the top of the quadricep muscle, so I'm getting more proper stretch in my hamstring muscles. All right, let's do it the other side. You can see when I try to tight my quadricep, top of the top quadricep muscles, my leg is a little shaking, but still I'm working. This is how I'll prevent my any kind of injury. So when we go for the any kind of mobility or any kind of the movement for the joints, this is how we have to perform. Now we're gonna work in the pelvis muscles. I mean, it's a pelvis joint. So the pelvis joint is just very important where any kind of asana, if it is forward bending or if it is back bending, how pelvis works. See, always pelvis work in a two-way, which is anterior and posterior. So anterior and posterior, that movement is very important. For example, if I go forward, my pelvis should be anterior. If I'm going for the back bend, should be posterior. So this posture also you will find very difficulties in new yoga practitioner. They could not able to engage those muscles because they have a very tight hamstrings. If you have a very tight hamstring, it is very difficult. So what we are going to work right now, we are going to work on the pelvis anterior and posterior so that you can able to move any kind of forward bending and back bending. So let's work it together. So when I take my pelvis up, this is anterior. When I say tuck your tailbone, this is posterior. Anterior, posterior. Anterior, posterior. So I want you to also do the same. Anterior, posterior. Anterior, posterior. Anterior, posterior. Anterior, posterior. Anterior, posterior. Now after pelvis we come to the shoulder joints. So this joint is so important because shoulder has a most range of motion which other joint does not have. So if you see the shoulder, which you can take it the full rotation or motion, you can say, on the range of motion. And that's very important because you have a scapula which is connected with your the shoulder joints, and this is how you can able to do that. So what we're gonna do right now, I will show you that how to perform the shoulder joints so that it would be easy for you to also do the same. So this way. So here you are taking your shoulder blade close together. So inhale and down. Now inhale and down. Inhale and down. Inhale and down. So I'm taking my shoulder blade closer, scapula very closer. This is another way too you can do it, but what I want to engage those muscles which actually needed, and actually it will prevent any kind of your shoulder related injury, and also you could able to perform any different handstand or different asana which has a shoulder strengthening. So down, up. See how I'm engaging my shoulder. This is how, if you could able to see that, I'm taking my both shoulder blades together very close. So I'm not only engaging my muscles, but also I'm working on that the deep muscles which actually has to be mobilized, I can say, with proper lubrication. This lubrication is also very important to prevent any kind of injury. Even though if you do not have any kind of movement in your shoulder joints or other joints, that leads you towards the maybe in the future you will get the frozen shoulder or arthritis, osteoarthritis. So this kind of stuff which may become in the future. Now opposite side. I'm taking my shoulder together. 5 to 10 times is absolutely fine. Alright, now we'll come to the neck. How you do your neck rotation. You can do your neck very slowly down, up, coming to the center, right, left, you are able to rotate completely, you can rotate. Those who have a tight neck, they can go half of the way. Exhale, come in the center. Other side, half of the way, coming to the center. Now here one important thing is when you take your neck left or right, you will find a little stiffness here in this side. So in that case, what you can do, you can slightly take it, with the shoulder joints little down, so you could able to feel this stretch nicely. Slightly. Same the other side. So in this both way, you can able to work in this neck muscles which is already engaged with the, other joints. So it will release all this stiffness which you already had. All right, fine. So the neck rotation which we talked about, and you can, if you are practitioner, you can go for the full neck rotation. That is absolutely fine. Right side and the left side. So here what I was trying to say is that contraction and extension. So if I say contraction, when I contract my muscles, you will see this is my biceps. I'm contracting here. Alright, let me come little closer. Yeah, here I'm contracting. This part, what I'm working is contraction, extension, contraction, extension. When I contract one opposite muscles, and I'll get proper extension in these muscles, you can see here. So when I have to get a stretch, nice stretch here, I'm contracting my biceps and pressing down a little bit. So now I can feel it. I can able to get more stretch in this. So what I'm trying to say is this entire video, when we work to the contact in one side of muscles, and when we stretch properly, we'll get a nice stretch, and along with we don't even hurt any kind of any joints. So this is what all about in today's video. The next episode, next video, will cover up a different part of our body, so that you can go with your safe practice. So it will help you to do more safe practice for you in your asana. So I want you to if you really feel that this is very informative video, please subscribe our channel and like it, share it, so that it could reach others also, those who need it. All right, thank you so much. Namaste.